Your dream life is not somewhere ahead of you. It is something you step into fully, deliberately, right now, before the outer circumstances have completely caught up. That sounds like wishful thinking. It is actually the most practical thing you will hear today. Because here is what nobody tells you about dream lives. They are not built by waiting until everything is in place and then starting to feel like you are living one. They are built backwards. The feeling comes first. The identity comes first.
The daily decisions of someone already living their dream life come first. And the outer circumstances, the financial picture, the address, the relationship, the career, rearrange themselves around the person who is already decided who they are. This is not about pretending. This is about precedence. The person who lives their dream life did not wait to feel like that person until they had it. They decided to be that person inside the ordinary circumstances of an ordinary day and built from there. That is what this session is. Not a visualization of a future life. The beginning of living the one you want right now, in this body, on this day, in this life, which is already, in more ways than you are giving it credit for, the dream. Close your eyes for one breath. Picture the most alive version of yourself, the one fully inhabiting the life they chose. Open your eyes and speak today as that person. I am living my dream life, not in every detail yet, but in the identity, the intention, and the daily decisions of someone who has already chosen it. I release the habit of postponing the feeling of my dream life until the outer circumstances confirm it, and I bring the feeling forward into today. My dream life is not a destination I am approaching. It is a way of being that I am choosing in how I speak about myself, how I spend my mornings, and what I refuse to settle for. I choose to notice the elements of my dream life that are already present. The relationships, the freedoms, the daily moments of genuine joy that the future version of me would look back on with recognition. I release the gap between the life I have and the life I want, not by lowering the vision, but by raising the frequency of the person living toward it.
Living my dream life begins in the quality of attention I bring to this moment, in the decision to be fully here rather than perpetually somewhere else. I choose to make decisions today that the person living my dream life would make, in my health, my time, my relationships, my money, and watch the life reshape around those decisions. I release the deferral of joy, the I will be happy when, and I find the version of joy that is available right now, inside the life I am already living. My dream life includes mornings like this one, moments of genuine stillness, of speaking to myself with care, of choosing who I am before the world has a chance to choose for me. I choose to dress like my dream life, move like it, speak like it, rest like it, eat like it. The small decisions are the dream life. The grand moments are just the ones we photograph. I release the story that my dream life requires a completely different set of circumstances, and I find the dream inside the life I already have, waiting to be fully inhabited. I am building my dream life in the only place it can be built, here, in the present, in the decisions available to me today, not in the hypothetical future where everything is finally right. I choose to be grateful for what the dream life I am living already contains, and to let that gratitude accelerate the arrival of everything still forming. I release the comparison that measures my dream life against someone else's highlight reel. My dream life is specific to me, designed around my values, and entirely unlike anyone else's version. Living my dream life means being the person I most respect, honest, committed, generous, present, not the person with the most impressive biography. I choose to stop waiting for external validation that I am on the right path and start trusting the internal signal that has been pointing there all along. I release the version of my dream life that requires perfection, the one where everything is resolved, everyone is healthy, all the finances are in order, and I claim the one available in imperfect, beautiful, real human life. My dream life is not elsewhere. It is being built in the choices I make in the next 24 hours, in whether I honor my word to myself, rest when I need to, move when I should. I choose to treat today as a day worth living fully, not as a bridge to be crossed on the way to a better one, but as the destination itself. I release the dissatisfaction that scans for what is missing and replace it with the practice of noticing what is already extraordinary about the life I am in. I am living my dream life, in the creative work I am doing, in the people I love, in the practice of becoming more honestly myself each day. I choose to speak about my life the way someone who loves their life would speak about it, with warmth, with pride, with the honest recognition that it is genuinely, remarkably good. I release the idea that the dream life is the finished product, that I will arrive at it fully assembled one day and then inhabit it. The living is the dream. This is the living. My dream life is being made right now, in the discipline I am building, the relationships I am deepening, the version of myself I am patiently, persistently becoming. I choose to notice the extraordinary inside the ordinary, the morning light, the good coffee, the voice of someone I love, as the specific texture of a life worth dreaming of. I release every moment I spend living in the future at the expense of the present, and I come back again and again to the only place the dream life has ever actually existed, here. I am proud of the life I am building, not in spite of its imperfections, but including them, because an imperfect life lived with full intention is more extraordinary than a perfect one lived on autopilot. I choose full inhabitation, to be completely, unreservedly, joyfully inside this life, rather than hovering at a cautious, non-committal distance from it. I release the waiting, and I claim the living. The dream life is not coming. It is here. I am in it. I am choosing to see it and to say so. I am living my dream life, right now, in this moment, in this body, with these people, building this work, becoming this person. This is it, and it is extraordinary. You are already inside the dream. Now speak what the fullest version of it looks like. The details still forming, the chapters still unwritten, the dimensions of this life that are on their way to meet the person you just decided to be. I manifest a life so fully inhabited and so completely mine that the word dream stops feeling like aspiration and starts feeling like accurate description. I manifest the specific details of my dream life arriving: the home, the work, the income, the relationships, the daily rhythm, one by one, in the right order, at exactly the right pace. I manifest a relationship with my own life so loving and so genuinely appreciative that joy stops being something I reach for and becomes something I simply live inside. I manifest the complete collapse of the gap between the life I have been picturing and the life I am actually living, closing faster than I expected, in ways I could not have planned. I manifest a career so aligned with my purpose that going to work feels like going further into the dream, rather than away from it. I manifest financial abundance that matches the size of the life I have been picturing. Not a compromise version, not a scaled back iteration, but the actual dream in full. I manifest a home environment so deliberately designed and so completely mine that walking through the door each day feels like arriving somewhere I chose with my whole self. I manifest relationships in my dream life so deep, so mutual, and so genuinely life-giving that the quality of connection I have become accustomed to raises the standard for everything that follows. I manifest the specific freedoms my dream life requires: freedom of time, of movement, of creative expression, of financial choice, arriving in this season as the natural result of everything I have been building. I manifest that the vision I have been carrying privately begins appearing publicly, that what I have been picturing starts showing up in the physical world with increasing frequency and undeniable clarity. I manifest a health and vitality so consistent that my body becomes one of the greatest assets of my dream life, rather than one of its constraints.
I manifest the morning I have been imagining, unhurried, purposeful, beginning in stillness, and moving into the day with the full energy of someone who loves what they are building. I manifest the creative life I have been envisioning, the work that is entirely mine, that bears my particular fingerprint, that could not have been made by anyone else. I manifest that the people populating my dream life, the collaborators, the friends, the partner, the community, are already forming, already moving toward me, already being drawn by the person I am becoming. I manifest a legacy so rooted in the dream life I chose deliberately that the people who come after me inherit not just what I built, but the proof that intentional living produces something extraordinary. I manifest the travel, the experiences, the adventures that belong to my dream life, arriving not as rare treats to be rationed, but as the regular texture of how my life unfolds. I manifest complete alignment between what I am doing each day and the life I am trying to build, so that the dream life is not something I am saving up for, but something I am actively living into.
I manifest the version of this life that I describe to myself in my most honest, most private, most unguarded moments, the one before I started editing it for reasonableness. I manifest a sense of arrival so real and so consistent that I stop scanning for what is missing and start marveling at what is already here. I manifest that what I called a dream life and what I call my actual life become, in this season, increasingly indistinguishable. I manifest the deep satisfaction of a life lived on purpose, of knowing at the end of each day that what I built today was in service of the life I actually chose. I manifest that the extraordinary becomes my ordinary, that the things I once pictured as the dream life become the unremarkable backdrop of a Tuesday. I manifest a joy so genuine, so present, and so completely unperformed that it becomes the most consistent feature of how other people describe being around me. I manifest the full, unedited, completely uncompromised version of my dream life. Not the safe version, not the version I trimmed to feel more achievable, but the one I actually want.
I manifest that this session, this decision to stop waiting and start inhabiting, becomes the moment everything accelerated. I manifest complete presence in my dream life as I live it, the ability to be genuinely here for it, rather than perpetually planning the next version of it. I manifest the specific moment of recognition when I look around at my life and think, this is it. This is the dream. And I let that moment land completely, rather than immediately replacing it with the next aspiration. I manifest that every part of my dream life that is still forming arrives with the ease of something that was always going to, inevitable, natural, completely aligned with the person I have been becoming.
I manifest a life story so vivid, so particular, and so fully mine that telling it one day requires no embellishment, because the truth of it is already extraordinary enough. I manifest my dream life in full. Every detail, every freedom, every relationship, every morning, every moment of genuine joy, arriving now, built by this person, lived by this person, celebrated by this person, today. If this session shifted something, if it moved you from waiting to inhabiting, even for 10 minutes, subscribe. Come back every day. The dream life is not built in a single session. It is built in the daily decision to be the person who is living it rather than approaching it. Like this video. Every like sends this session to someone who is so focused on the life ahead of them that they have stopped seeing the dream life already present inside the one they are in. Share this with someone who keeps saying, one day, who has been deferring joy until the circumstances are right. Remind them that the dream life is not conditional on perfect circumstances. It begins in the decision to inhabit the one already here.